be here to support your delegate here, Alfonso Lopez. Hey Marcus. So, I actually came all the way up here from Williamsburg, and you know, there are a beautiful array of wines here. Alfonso and I were out knocking on doors and picking up the wine today, but there was one thing...
We baked all the pies ourselves.
But there was one thing we didn't have, which was a beautiful Williamsburg Governor's White. So I wanted to make sure that we're bringing a little bit of Williamsburg right up here, so please everybody have a taste. You know, I actually have known Alfonso since I was about 5 years old.
Wow.
So I think that close to a record in this room, hopefully. He was babysitting me in the back of my father's classroom because he was, Alfonso was one of my dad's students back at Robinson Secondary School back a few years ago. I have known Alfonso since I was 5, and I can tell you with all of my heart and conviction that he has stood for progressive values since he was 12. He has been fighting for environmental issues, whether it was in the White House, when he had an opportunity to work there, when it has been for the governor's mansion, and then with us in the General Assembly. He has been fighting to start environmental caucuses, the Latino caucus, to be able to stand up for issues like gun control, for issues like protecting a woman's right to make her own reproductive decisions. And for taking the corrupting power of money out of politics. Every year he has put in legislation to be able to make this a more progressive, more humane, and more friendly Virginia. And I know that because I saw him do it when he was 15 years old. And I see him every day do it for us in Richmond. But he can't do it alone. When he and I were in together, there were only 34 of us, and the best that we could do was sustain the governor's vetoes. When all the evil pieces of legislation that we've seen over and over again, to do things like bring guns into churches, to be able to make sure that we are banning certain types of books. All those pieces of legislation were stopped because we had 34. But now, we're at 49.
Yay!
Yeah. We are at... We are at the cusp of a generational change here in Virginia that is going to move us from purple to blue to be able to make all of the changes that we have wanted to talk about, have only dreamed about for the last 20 years. And that is only going to start if we elect more Democrats. And we have more this year than we have had in almost any year possible, all across the Commonwealth, from Franklin County to Prince William County to all the way down where I am in Williamsburg. And to do that, we have seen a model, because in 2017 we saw a class of 16 new freshmen who changed everything. Because we had 49 people, we passed Medicaid expansion, and as which has exceeded our expectations, and 278,000 Virginians have health care access for the first time because there was the power of 49. And one of those people who was part of that amazing 16-person class, who was able to knock out a long-term Republican incumbent through the power of her personality, through the power of her conviction, and through the power of her ideas, is a friend of mine in Elizabeth Guzman. She's on the ballot again in a very highly contested race in Prince William County this year, and so we need to make sure that we are bringing her back, because there is no path to 51 without Elizabeth Guzman, and you need to hear what she has to say.